Okay. All right, here we go. Last video. Another thing that came up in class today. And has come up in other classes as well with other students. It's not just the student today. No. You have to absolutely, when you're speaking for the TOP, you absolutely have to articulate, pronounce, and enunciate your words extremely carefully with the utmost degree of accuracy. Specifically, will and would. I've had many students, Quebecois students, government employees that I've been preparing. I've prepared for the TOP for months, and again, going back years before. We'll be doing responses, and I'll hear the students say something. I'll even record it and play it back for them. And I'll be reviewing it with them, playing back the recording, and I'll have the student will say, well, I didn't say will. I had would in my mind, and I said would. Kind of in an argumentative, not argumentative, but semi-argumentative manner. And what I have to say about that is, if you don't carefully enunciate, articulate, and pronounce the difference between will and would, and let's say the examiner, the teacher, or the examiner hears something and he or she is not certain about what you said, one time you might be forgiven, especially if the rest of the exam you demonstrate accuracy in pronouncing the difference between will and would and any other words, okay? One time you may be forgiven. We say you'll be given the benefit of, you might be given the benefit of the doubt. If it happens repeatedly, you won't be given the benefit of the doubt. And what do I have to say about that en français? Ce ne fait rien, c'est dommage pour toi. Doesn't matter, too bad for you. It is your job, not the examiner's job. It's your job to pronounce, articulate, and enunciate the subtle differences in pronouncing will and would. There's a difference. If you say it too quickly, it gets very unclear, ambiguous. So please speak when you're doing the TOP. Speak very slowly, yet with a flowing cadence. Not choppy, but you're still speaking with a flowing cadence the way I am right now. When I'm teaching you, especially in formal contexts, as I am right now, I am not speaking quickly. If you and we were in a pub celebrating your TOP accomplishment, getting your C or your E, believe me, I'm going to be speaking quickly, excitedly, emotionally. Who the hell cares about grammar? And you may not be able to tell the difference if I use a conditional in that kind of situation or context. You may not understand if I said will or would. It doesn't matter. Using context, you can understand what I'm saying. It's a different situation, different context whatsoever. Yes. So, but for the TOP, speak it the way I'm speaking it. Slowly, in a controlled manner. Still with a certain cadence, a certain flow. Not choppy, If I were the manager, I would give the employees a raise. No, that's not acceptable. You're going to be graded down for fluency. I'll give 4 conditionals, and this is the way in which I would like you to consider speaking these responses for TOP purposes. If I get off work early on Fridays, I always go with Michael to the pub. 0 factual conditional. If I get off work early on Fridays, I will go with Michael to the pub. First conditional, true in the present. If I got off work early on Fridays, yeah. If I got off work early on Friday, I would go with Michael to the pub. Second conditional hypothetical mood. Untrue in the present. Third, untrue in the past. If I had gotten off work early last Friday, I would have gone with Michael to the pub. Just leave no room for any ambiguity, lack of clarity in how you're pronouncing the grammar, especially these complex, challenging grammatical structures. Leave no room for ambiguity, lack of clarity, so that the examiner is absolutely clear about how you're using these complex grammatical structures. What else? So again, you've got to differentiate between the way in which you pronounce the word will with would and any other words that come up in your TOP responses. What else? Hang on, I've got to think. There was something else.